Hello students, today we'll see Standard 10th Maths 2 Lesson number 3 Circle. In last video we have seen activity 1 which is given in the circle lesson. Now we'll take activity 2nd which is given on page number 48. Activity 2 is, I'll read activity for you, just pay attention all on page number 48. So see students, observe the figure 3.2. In the figure 3.2, O is the center of the circle. We can see chord QR is given, and for point P some information is given in the question. So what information is given? So we'll see the question. In the adjoining figure, say QR is a chord of the circle with center O. P is the midpoint of the chord QR. If QR is equal to 24, OP is equal to 10, QR is equal to 24, this OP is 10, we have to find the radius of the circle. So here I have drawn the figure in the notebook. So see students, O is the center, OP is given 10 centimeter and segment QR or the chord QR is given 24 centimeter, and this P is the midpoint of QR. Now in last standard or in 9th standard we have studied about the properties of chord. So this is a segment, that is OP is a segment which is joining the center of the circle to the midpoint of the chord. So if the segment is joining the center and midpoint of the chord, it perpendicular to the chord. Okay, so that property we are going to use it here. So now how to start writing the theorem? So see, so we'll write the first description of the figure, that is O is the center of the circle, point P is the midpoint of chord QR. Now we are going to apply the property of chord. The segment joining the center of the circle and midpoint of its chord is perpendicular to the chord. So if this OP is perpendicular to, if this OP is perpendicular to QR, that means this angle will be 90 degree. So that we have to mention here. So angle OPQ equal to 90 degree. Now we'll do one construction that will join seg OQ. So if we join seg OQ, it is not given in the question that OQ join. So we'll write in the construction point. So here, if we join segment OQ, we got the triangle, right angle triangle OQP. So we'll write it here, see, in triangle QOP, that is a right angle triangle. So in the right angle triangle, we can apply Pythagoras. So by Pythagoras theorem, we can say that this OQ square equal to OP square plus QP square. Now OQ square equal to, OP is given 10, so we'll put value OP square plus, now QP, as P is the midpoint of QR, everyone pay attention in the figure. See, as P is the midpoint of QR, we can take QP by taking half of QR because P is a midpoint. So here I have written, in the place of QP I have written half of QR, which is given. Now the value of QR we know, it is 24. So half of 24. Half of 24 means 12. So 12 square. So here OQ square will be 100 plus 144. 144 is a square of 12. Now add this to 244 and OQ is equal to under root of 244. Now if I find the factors of this, it will be 4 into 61. Now if I take a square root, this 4 will be out of the root and it will become 2. So see, OQ will be 2 root 61. So radius we got 2 root 61 units. So this way we have to apply a property of chord. Now next, on the same page, one more activity is given. that is activity 3. So I'll read activity for you. You just pay attention in the textbook. So students, you also have to keep your textbooks with you. So now see page number 48, same page number. In the figure, M is the center of the circle. Segment AB is a diameter. MS perpendicular to chord AD. This MS, see here, from the center, the perpendicular is drawn on the chord. Here also, MT is a perpendicular drawn on the chord AC. And they said DAB is congruent to angle CAB. Now, if these two angles are congruent, and the question is we have to prove that chord AD is congruent to chord AC. Now see how to prove that chord AD is congruent to chord AC. And further it is given to solve this problem, which of the following theorems will you use? And the theorems are given. The chords which are equidistant from the center are equal in length, or we can use congruent chords of the circle are equidistant from the center. So out of these two theorems, which theorem will be applicable to prove that chord AD is congruent to chord AC? Let's see. So for this also I have drawn the figure. So see here one figure, activity 3. Okay. Now we have to write first always a description of the figure. So here I am writing the description. See here. Yes, I have written already. First is M is the center of the circle. And what given? Seg AB is a chord. AB is a diameter. Seg MS perpendicular to chord AD. Seg MT perpendicular to chord AC. Angle DAB is congruent to angle CAB. All three informations are given. So we'll write the reason given. See that in this activity or in the theorem, you have to write each and every step a reason. So all three reasons it is given in the sum. So we will write that. See now why this is MS is congruent to MT I have written. See in the figure again, they have told that angle DAB is congruent to angle CAB. That means this AB will be a angle bisector of angle DAC. And in 9th standard we have studied that angle bisector theorem. Angle bisector theorem tells that each and every point on the angle bisector. So on AB, how many points are there? On AB, there are infinite points. Okay, out of this, anyone if I select and if I find the distance, that point distance from the chords, the chords are equidistant. So this angle bisector theorem, we are going to use it here. That see, AB is a angle bisector of angle DAC. M is a point on the angle bisector. So this M will be equidistant from chord AD and chord AC. So this theorem we are going to use it here. So by angle bisector theorem, we can say that seg MS is congruent to seg MT. Reason is angle bisector theorem. Now for this I'll give equation number 1. Now here what we got? Chords are equidistant. If MS is congruent to MT, then we can say that chords are equidistant from the center of the circle. Therefore, by the theorem that the chords which are equidistant from the center are equal in length. So in the textbook it is asked that which theorem is applicable. So here the first theorem is applicable. The chords which are equidistant from the center are equal in length. Now further they ask, so from this theorem we can say that chord AD is congruent to chord AC. So hence proved our first point up to here. Now secondly they have asked further, which of the following test of congruence of triangles will be useful. Now total 5 tests are given, that is SAS, ASA, SSS, AAS, hypotenuse side test. So which test is applicable? that will see using appropriate test and theorem write the proof of the above example. So now we'll show the triangles are congruent. So here see there are two triangles, that is triangle ASM and triangle ATM. Now in this triangle we can see that angle ASM is congruent to angle ATM. Why? See here you can observe the figure. Triangle ASM is congruent to angle ATM because each having 90 degree, which is given. Then next they said hypotenuse AM is congruent to hypotenuse AM. Why? If this is 90 degree, then side opposite to 90 degree will be the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse AM is congruent to hypotenuse AM. Why? Because common side. And also we can say seg MS is congruent to seg MT because from 1. In equation 1 we have proved this. So both the triangles are congruent by hypotenuse side test. So out of the 5 tests, hypotenuse side test is applicable. So see students, you will do this both the activities in your notebook. Thank you.